Now let's select the entrance of the mine and get out of here. What? What just happened? This is the entrance to the mine, isn't it? How'd we get here? Did that monument warp us here? So many weird things have happened today. It's making my head hurt. Come on, let's just get back to town already. So he's never seen a wing in action before? I think we just gotta keep going down this way, right? I wonder if anything has happened to the left, though. Anything? No? Okay. Maybe later, because that does look like a path that you can take later on. So I'm expecting something to happen out here. Oh, what's going on here? Here they come! Here they come! Good job! We heard all about you from the head miner, kid. Thanks for helping my friends, big guy. Excellent work, gentlemen. So, you are the red-haired youth noted in the report. My name is Griselda. I am the Governor General of Celceta. It is a pleasure to meet you. I'm Adolf Kristen. Adol, you say? A fine name. Fitting for one as brave yet approachable as yourself. I, too, would like to extend my deepest thanks for saving not only the miners, but some of our army soldiers as well. There is more I wish to discuss with the two of you, but I'd prefer not to make this commotion any greater. Would you mind accompanying me to my office? Sure. Oh, is it taking us there automatically? General Government Building, blah. There we go. I'm assuming I'll be able to access shops and stuff after all this stuff. Be able to spend some money on new gear. Still, this is quite the coincidence. I recently heard of a mysterious island called Asteria in the east, long cloaked in violent, impenetrable winds. And I also heard that it was freed from its storm wall by a young red-haired man much like yourself. So yeah, that's the place that we were at in East 1. Now that you mention it, I heard something similar from a traveler in the bar myself a while back. But there's no way, right? Well, Adol wouldn't be able to tell you right now. Regardless, I would like to extend my deepest thanks to you for all you've done here, Adol. And there's one other issue I would also like to discuss with you. Are you familiar with the Great Forest of Celceta to the northwest of here? Maybe, maybe not. Well, which one is it? Adol, just say you've never heard of it, or this is going to get real confusing real fast. It's said that those who set foot into the Great Forest immediately lose their bearings. Ferocious beasts prowl its expanses, and few have ever returned alive. As such, even our army has been hesitant to explore its depths, leaving it mostly uncharted and an uncharted wilderness. However, we've recently received orders from I don't know how to say that. Is it Rom? I don't know. Instructing us to find new gold deposits. We must make haste. I therefore have a formal request for you, Adol Kristen. Would you consider undertaking the task of mapping the Great Forest on our behalf? Mapping it? Again, it is an uncharted wilderness. Few set foot within, and fewer return. Therefore, no map presently exists. You would begin a thorough expedition into the forest starting tomorrow, carefully mapping every Melye? I don't know how to say that. I cannot deny that it will be a dangerous task indeed, but you will be rewarded most generously for your efforts. Tomorrow, we will be formally announcing the quest and presenting the first able to complete it with a large sum of gold. Okay. What kind of money are we talking about here? It will be awarded in installments based on percentage explored. In total, our budget is 30 million gold. Wow. Not bad at all. Numerous explorers and prospectors have already heard rumors of this and begun gathering here in Casnan. If you are interested, I would like to hear your answer as soon as possible, before sundown tomorrow preferably. However, the hour is late, so please rest for the night. There's a room at the inn. I am hopeful you will think it over. I mean, he's gonna say yes, right? No matter what, so... is there anything to do in here besides talk to her? If you're interested, I would like to hear your answer as soon as possible. Yeah. Okay. Nothing new then. So let's get out of here. Talk to him. You're a lucky guy to be able to talk to the Governor General personally. It sure would be nice to get called inside instead of just standing guard here all day. So we go straight to get out of here, right? Can I explore the side rooms, though? What's up? Hoping to join the army? I'm sure you can tell just by looking, but this is our guard room. There's nothing worth seeing here, so I wouldn't bother staying for very long. You might catch our cabin fever. Alright. No path that way. About this way. So you're the warriors who defeated the monsters in the mines, are you? Allow me to thank you for your efforts as well. We are greatly indebted to you. These guys are awfully polite. Makes me suspicious. And that's not like my memories talking here. I always get suspicious when soldiers in games are polite to you. Oh? You're the swordsman who took down that monster in the mine, aren't you? You've got the wrong person, bub, or damn straight. Humph, I thought so. How did I know, you ask? Because I'm a genius, of course. Wow.
I am the great Leo, commander of the Celcetan army, and the finest swordsman around.
Cool.
Don't you start getting cocky just because you took down a little monster while I was away.
Okay.
If I'd been here, I would have defeated it in a tenth of the time. With such skill and grace, you would have been left speechless.
Uh-huh. Cool story. See you, dude. That Commander Leo is probably the most infamous man in Casnan. I'm sure you can see why.
Oh, boy.
Amazing how quickly you got involved with some of the strangest, most influential folks around. Well, he got involved with you at some point, even if he doesn't remember it. Exhausted, Adol and Dern made their way towards the bar. So it's a bar and inn? I think this has been the longest day of my life. So, what are you going to do about the Governor General's request? I'm going to accept it, of course. Huh? Really? That's surprising.
Adol.
Say, Adol, I have a crazy idea. How about the two of us accept our offer together? You're only interested in the 30 million, dude. Yeah, you just want the reward money. Haha, is it that obvious? Of course it is. You're right, of course. But it's not such a bad deal for you either, you know? I mean, he's right about that. I want the money, and you want to get your memories back. And to get your memories back, you're gonna need to go into the Great Forest anyway, right? We make the map, sell it to the Romans, and I get some juicy info while we're at it. Everybody's happy. It's win-win. Sounds like a plan, I guess. Great, it's a deal. If we can both benefit, we might as well stick together. Safer than going into those woods alone, that's for sure. Is it going to go to the next day? Adol and Dern decided to accept the challenge of mapping the Great Forest of Celceta. As it was late, however, they opted to rest up at the inn for their impending expedition. Awesome. The next morning, they visited the Governor General to formally accept the mission, then immediately began preparing for the road ahead. Acquired map of Celceta. Ooh. Now I'm sure you're ready to explore, but let me first give you a rundown of the things you can do in Casnan. I'm surprised it didn't show us talking to her about it, but okay. First, quests. Here's how they work. You can accept quests whenever you want by checking the quest board in the inn. And every time you complete a quest, you'll get a reward from the client. You can see that board over there. That's Casnan's quest board. Let's go have a closer look at it. Okay, I'll save very fast though. And now let's examine it. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And okay, you see how it says at the bottom there for this, it says urgent? I've got to keep an eye out for those. So there's 2 urgent quests that I need to worry about. You there, yes you, reading this notice. Do you have what it takes to help me make a super special drink? For more details, talk to me at the bar counter. Okay? And I want someone to run a small errand for me. Let me know if you're interested. I'm usually in the Celceta General Government Building cafeteria during the day, so I need to talk to the bar owner as well as Wallace the soldier for those. Then there's this guy. I wish to purchase 20 chunks of iron ore. If interested, please see me at the trading post. And a ferocious beast known as the land grits has been sighted on the plains right by the Great Forest. Would a skilled warrior be willing to defeat it? Okay. Did you check everything posted there? Hey, it looks like someone from the spar has put a request up. Yeah. Convenient, I guess. If you feel like accepting it, go talk to him. Might be good practice. Though this guy's a little odd. Yeah. Quests are displayed on the quest board in each town or village. Examining a quest on the board automatically adds it to the journal, so you can undertake it. Awesome. I was wondering about that. NPCs who offer a quest display a quest mark above them. You can discuss quest details by speaking with them, so I don't have to like talk to everybody to be able to see that, but I'm still going to go around talking to people anyways. By the way, you have a journal, right? You can note your progress exploring the Great Forest quests you've accepted. Monsters encountered, materials found. If you write those kinds of things down, it'll come in handy later on. It's always a good idea to take lots of notes. Up in the... Yeah, I already know how to get to the journal. That's all I've got to say about quests. Next, I'll give you a quick tour around town, so let's head outside. Let's talk to her. Talk. Good morning, Adol. Did you have a good night's sleep? You really did a fine job yesterday. There's a lot of talk around town about the reward money for mapping out the forest, but there's even more talk about you. It makes me proud to have someone so famous staying at our inn. Let's talk to her again about ask about land grits. Oh, are you here about land grits? This request actually came from the Governor General's office. It's too dangerous to leave that thing alone for too long, so we've been sent reward money in advance to give to whoever defeats it. So let me know if you happen to be the one. This money's got your name on it. Cool. Talk to her. Drinking in the bar is the best. Ha 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 ha. Being an explorer is such an easy job. It's been rumored for a while, but they finally announced they're offering reward money for mapping out the Great Forest. But know what's more important than money? Being alive to spend it. Problem is, if you've got nothing to spend, being alive is boring. Anyway, just take it slow and see what happens, right? That's my motto. I'm Rouge. Is it Rouge or Rogue? Anyways, not quite an information dealer, but I do have some connections to that general line of work. You wouldn't happen to be that Adol fellow who defeated the monster in the mine yesterday, would ya? That fiery red hair is just as spectacular as people say. Dern, would you mind letting me borrow him for a while? 10 minutes is all I need. Not a chance. What do you want with him anyway? What do I want? Well, never you mind. If you ever need anything, or even if you don't, feel free to come see me. I'd be happy to tell you all sorts of things to you two for free. Okay. Oh, Luluka, you look just as stunning today as ever. If it wasn't for that loathsome rule, I'd be able to get closer to her. Oh, is that guy a stalker or something? Let's talk to this person. A boy who's lost his memories and a suspicious information dealer. What a pair you two are. And who are you? The name's Black. I'm an information dealer who's working in this town for quite some time. I met you before, but it's not as if we spoke all that much either then. Or then either, rather. Either way, nice to meet you again. Adel nodded shyly but politely. Well, we're off to the Great Forest pretty soon, so you got anything useful on it? Maybe. How does 100 gold sound? I'll do it. I'm curious. Adel handed over 100 gold. Thanks. The information I have is about two of the most dangerous places in the Great Forest. They're commonly known as the Forest Labyrinth and the Misty Peak. It's even easier to lose your way in those areas than in the rest of the forest, and before you know it, you're walking in circles. They're not places you want to be if you can help it. I see. So how do we get through them? Damned if I know. Well, what good are you then? I just know that those places exist, that's it. Other than that, be careful, I guess? Oh boy. Still, suppose you can't expect any more than that for 100 gold. Either way, seems like we'll just have to head into the forest and see for ourselves. The Forest Labyrinth and the Misty Peak, as their name suggests, those enter, okay. What about you? That look on your face tells me that you have something to say. Could you have seen my request on the board? That's right. So, what is it you want us to do? Allow me to explain. Right now, I'm in the middle of refining my finest products. Naturally, I'm talking about the almighty muscle milkshake. Blah. After some thought, I've decided on the perfect ingredient. The essence of the wild, impossible to obtain from livestock raised surrounded by domestic comforts. That, gentlemen, is Fabros milk. Fabros milk? Indeed, the Fabros is a strong, wild beast which looks similar to a cow, found on the plains just before the Great Forest. And I'd like you two to go and milk one for me. Milking a wild beast, huh? This sounds like it's gonna be a tough one. So, is there some way to tell the males from the females apart? Seeing as we'll obviously have to milk a female. The easiest way to tell them apart is to look at the horns. Males have 3 horns, while the females only have 1. That easy, huh? Alright. There are also a few other things you should bear in mind. The first is that the female Fabroses are exceptionally cautious beasts. As such, you won't find many of them on the plains, and if one of them sees a threat, it will run away immediately. So you're going to have to sneak up on it. I see. You're really pretty knowledgeable about these things, aren't you? Haha, but of course. In my younger days, I would sometimes milk a Fabros and drink it on the spot. But I can't abandon this shop long enough to do that now. All I can do is put out a request asking someone else to do it for me. Right. I think that covers everything. You got all that, Adel? Next time we're out on the plains, let's look for a female Fabros. Actually, I have a fairly good idea where you can find one. There's a patch of field where the Fabroses are known to graze. Here, let me show you. Mucho pointed to an area on the map of the Great Forest. The spot where female Fabroses are known to graze has now been marked. Cool. Well then, good luck to you. I am a man! Okay. That guy's silly. Let me see something very fast. I'm curious. Can I examine... No, I can't examine it from here. That's a shame. Let's go upstairs now and talk to this person. Well, if it isn't at all, it looks like you're back to your old perky self. I was amazed when I heard what you did yesterday. No one would have imagined a traveler like you could defeat a monster before the army was even able to get to it. You sure showed us, and now you're going to be mapping out the Great Forest, right? I'm sure it goes without saying, but the Great Forest is a terrifying place. You be careful in there, you hear? Okay. Empty room again. Okay. Those bags on the wall, they remind me of the bags that hang on the walls in Dragon Quest VIII, as well as Dragon Warrior 7. Anyways, there's nothing else in here. So let's go outside, I guess. There's a lot of people to talk to. So, there are a few shops in Casnan worth mentioning. Huh. That is Billy's Curios. He sells all kinds of items, from health potions to antidotes. And that is Thomas's Armory. As the name suggests, he's your man if you need any new weapons or armor. Shall we take a look over there then? Yeah, it sounds like a plan. I'm gonna save very fast so once I get a chance. Oh. It took us here automatically. Nice place, isn't it? That guy over there is its namesake, Thomas. If you want to buy any weapons or armor, he's the man to talk to. Merchants and service vendors have a shop mark above them. Fairly obvious. Next, I'll show you around the trading post. Huh. You can enter the trading post directly from outside, or you can go the back way through the armory. Since we're here already, it's faster just to go down the stairs. Come on. Alright. Save first, though. Let's talk to this guy. Hey kid, make sure you're fully prepared to tackle the Great Forest. Even the Romans buy weapons and armor here. How about you do the same? Bye. So, I already have the short sword, and I can't afford the long saber. I already have the brass knuckle and can't afford the steel gauntlet. Spear fangs, long spear, golden mace. Okay. Can't afford any of the other stuff. Actually, there was a sell option. Let me see if I can sell anything worthwhile. So I have one iron ingot, and I don't want to sell that. And I don't want to sell any of my iron ore either. And I also have other things too, like that stuff. But all that stuff sells for cheap, so I don't want to sell it right now. He did mention a trade post, so maybe they can be traded there. This is the Goldsmith Trading Post. There are a bunch of handy shops here. Like this smithy, where you can get your weapons and armor reinforced. Okay. Weapons and armor have a total of 8 statistics that can be reinforced using minerals, excluding ore. E.g., emeralds can be used to raise the poison stat. Okay. Weapon reinforcements, attack, deals more damage, recovers HP when enemies are attacking, that's absorbed. Critical, attacks sometimes deal critical damage. SP is for SP gain is increased. Poison is for attacks sometimes cause poison status. Paralysis is for paralysis status. Burning for burning. Freezing for freezing. Defense reduces the damage received from enemy attacks. Recovery, HP slowly recovers. That one sounds nice. Evasion occasionally causes enemy attacks to miss. That's pretty nice too. Speed increases movement speed. Now I like that a lot, because whenever you can increase your movement speed in games, I tend to focus on that if I can. Poison reduces the duration of poison status. Paralysis for paralysis. Burning, okay. And freezing. This blacksmith, it can also refine ore into metals and gems if you bring him some to work with. You're going to need them too if you plan on doing any reinforcing. First, you look for some ore, then you refine it, then you use that refined ore to give weapons and armor a nice boost. Best to keep all of that in mind. The metals and gems used to reinforce weapons and armor can be created through the refining process. Refining ore requires a set amount of gold and coal based on the value of the materials. So you gotta keep in mind that it does cost money to do it. That man over there is Goldsmith, the shop's owner. If you give him a bunch of one material, he'll exchange them for an item of higher quality. And best of all, he doesn't charge anything, so it's definitely a service worth using. In other words, it's free. The best price of them all. In large enough quantities, certain materials such as brittle bones can be exchanged for a higher quality material. I like it. I think I remember something like that from East 8. Because I did play East 8 within the past, like, 3 or so years. Anyways, that does it for the shops here in Casnan. Once you finish checking out the trading posts, we can go back outside to the main entrance. Let's talk to you. Talk first. Did you bring some minerals? I can use them to reinforce your armor. It's gonna cost you, though. Reinforce. So, let's see what I can do here. I don't necessarily want to give up my iron ingot right now. Refine. Okay. I could probably get... Yeah, I can get another iron ingot by using up coal and iron ore. But I don't want to do that right now either. I'll keep that in mind, though, for later. 30% of all earnings, huh? Are you seriously going to give me that much? Of course, it's a significant risk on your part as well. True, we are challenging the dreaded Great Forest of Celceta after all. Well, considering it's uncharted territory, I'm not expecting much in the way of guidance from you. I'm more counting on your general knowledge of the local area and its edibles, that sort of thing. So how about it? Are you in? Naturally, you'll be responsible for protecting yourself, but I'll be able to support you to a certain extent. So how about it? Would you be prepared to journey into the Great Forest with me? Talk to him. Has something among Goldsmith's wares caught your eye? See these here, an ancient treasure, and a replica of it. There are 2 of his finest items. Buy. Ooh. A gold-plated replica of an ancient treasure. Pure gold shines brilliantly, has an interesting history. The prices on these are absurd, but when you look at the thing that tells you the stats on those, like the gold pedestal here, it increases all of the different types of stats for your weapons and armor up to 9. That's interesting. I'll keep that in mind for much, much later in the game. Let's talk to him. I handle materials from all over the region here at the trading post. So, if you find anything unusual in the Great Forest, just bring it to me. As long as you've gathered enough, I'd be happy to exchange them for an item of higher quality. So I think the sell iron ore times 20 thing might be related to a quest. I'm not sure, though. Anyways, exchange materials. I need 10 to get coal. Oh, wait, no, 10 coal to get 1 iron ore. 10 iron ore to get 1 silver. 10 silver to get 1 gold. 10 strange mass to get a greenstone. And yeah, that's interesting. Okay, I'll try to keep that in mind for the future. Clear liquid, I can actually get one of those right now if I wanted to, but I don't. Since I'm not sure what the value of all that stuff is quite yet. Let's go in here. Oh. It's outside again. Finally, we've wrapped up my grand tour of Casnan. Ah, what a pain. If you hadn't gone and lost your memories, I wouldn't have had to bother to showing it to you again. Blah. Thank Tern for his kindness. Yeah. Oh, it was nothing. Small potatoes compared to all the money I'll make working with you. Well, that's pretty much Casnan in a nutshell. So, time to start planning how we're going to tackle the Great Forest. Pretty amazing view, right? That's the Great Forest of Celceta, spreading out from one horizon to the other, like a vast sea of trees. Can't wait to start exploring it. Yeah. Well, we'll see how long that enthusiasm lasts. Though apparently you've made it back alive from there once already. Anyway, take a look to the northwest. You can't see it too well today because of the fog, but when it's nice out, there's a huge tree that towers over all the others. I'd place it about here on the map, roughly. Okay. Also, word around the Governor General's office is that the mouth of a large river has been found along the forest coastline. If that's true, it'd mean a river cuts right through the middle of the forest, which would put it about here-ish? These 2 bits of information are pretty much all we've got to go on for the moment. Might as well check them both out. Up to you where we head first. Only things we can rely on at this point are our own two legs, and a blank-ass map. We need to leave town through the north exit to get to the Great Forest. So as soon as you're ready, let's get going. Open the camp menu, select the map icon, or press that button. The following information is added and updated automatically: map completion percentage, train of known areas, towns, and dungeons, material harvest points, story, and quest goals. By pressing R2, you can enlarge a minimap to view the following information: quest destinations, locations of facilities in the town, like the pink is for the quest board, green is for the armory and item shop, and the orange is for special shops. And then of course you have the materials and treasures, which are indicated by a little stone object as well as treasure chest. Map completion and rewards. As you explore the Great Forest, your map will begin to fill in. The amount of ground that's been charted is shown as a percentage. This percentage can be checked on the map itself, and a number of rewards are available to you based on this value. There are 10 reward tiers in total, which can be attained by reporting your progress to Griselda in her office. In addition to gold, some reward tiers also include valuable items. See if you can get 100% map completion. Okay. Whoa. Hey, I didn't know you could zoom out the map. I'm going to say very fast. And that will be the end of this video, so thank you very much for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please leave a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!